Welcome. I am Sylvia Hartmann. I am the creator of Modern Energy and of Star Matrix. And I'm going to do a short explanation of what is destiny and how you can find your own destiny. And it is really quite simple. There's only one big change in your current thinking that needs to be made. Now, for at least 100 years, the Western world has obsessed exclusively about the trauma in your life. It's all trauma. Trauma is the explanation for everything. The quest for trauma is all that we do, and people are defining themselves, their own self constructs, their self identities based on trauma. And that is essentially wrong, 180 degrees wrong, an absolute inversion. What is important about our lives, about my life, your life, and his and hers and theirs and its, is their star events. These are the high positive moments that flash before your inner eyes at the moment when the plane ditches towards the sea. The best memories of your life. Star events, we call them. They have been literally edited out by now. But the star moments are the key to your destiny. So I made this proposition that all of us, everyone in the world, in the Western world at least, needs to rethink their self-concept. And instead of basing it on all the trauma in their life, they need to start basing it on their star events in their lives. Those moments when you understood something about love, about life, about the universe, about everything. Best moments of your life, the star moments. And so in 2019, I started the first test group. What would happen if we did that? If we left the trauma behind for a change and actually focused on these high positive events. And what we found was that these high positive events, these star events, they are not separate from each other. They are actually connected. They form what you might call a star line. So if you were to stand at the moment of your conception and look across your life all the way, you would find these shining stars, and each one is a star event of expansion, of evolution, of understanding, of growing up, you could say. And as I said before, what we noticed was there's a theme there. These star memories aren't random. There is a very personal theme to these star memories. And when they start to connect up, the ones that we've already experienced, we begin to understand that there is this theme, this song that plays in various different iterations, but it is one very specific song. And that song is destiny. And what comes then is to understand that we've already got this line of stars up to this point where we're standing here today in the here and now. Behind us is that pathway of stars, our destiny. But with that pathway of stars that has cohesion, that has themes, that has a similar thing playing out, the destiny, as it were, what we can say is that it is possible to calculate a trajectory. It doesn't just end here. It's not going to go off up there, everywhere. It's not. That theme is continue to play forward all the way out and into the future. And that pathway is your destiny. And it is made from these star events, these special moments in our life when we all of a sudden woke up and understood something, when we fell in love with something, when we connected with something. And we were literally in those moments the best versions of us that we could ever be. So here's my tip how you get to discover your own destiny and get back in sync with your own self and your real life experiences. Number one is start recovering your star memories. This is not as simple as it sounds. After a lifetime of entrainment, we have literally built train tracks in the brain into trauma. It's a catastrophe. Everybody thinks trauma, critical thinking, all that. Where's the trauma? Where's the trauma? Every time we ask that, we build new train tracks in the brain. And these trauma things are taking us away from our destiny, consciously away from our destiny. Because behind the scenes and underneath all the conscious confusion, every person did have their star events. Everyone has a star line. Everyone has a destiny. I personally had a wonderful star event where I was doing this exercise of standing in the here and now and looking forward at the trajectory, the destiny, where it was going to go. And I couldn't tell where physical death occurred on this star line. It went along unbroken into infinity. Yes, and that would be the immortal soul that stores these star events, that needs these star events to grow, expand, and evolve. Yeah, so that's your destiny. Look to your own star events. Recover your own star events of this lifetime, your own true moments of enlightenment. Recover enough of them. It starts when you only have 20, 30 of them. You recover enough of them and you start beginning to notice the similarity. You're not sorting for the differences. You're sorting for what's the same. That's a master key, by the way, to understand life's grand patterns. What's the same about these memories? And there you're getting that first sense of your destiny, of that song that is playing throughout your entire life, your incarnation, if you want to call it that. So yeah, that's destiny. Your destiny is your star line. It's relatively easy to discover it. You just have to spend a little time with it. And by the way, if you have a friend or a relative who has been negatively affected by this trauma orientation thing, might have been in therapy for donkey's years and dug in trauma and more trauma, with a side order of trauma, and now have a self-concept that we call a scar matrix made up of all the trauma. You might like to give them a gift. Buy them my book, so that they get to realize that their life wasn't all horrendous, it wasn't all trauma, and there is a real person inside that they have discovered time and time again in their own star events. And you connect those up, well, there you get your destiny. I hope that's been helpful. If you liked it, please share it with other people. There's not enough people in the world who know about the negative effects of the endless, horrible quest for trauma that has locked the thinking of modern human beings into a nightmare labyrinth from which there is no escape until you stop with the trauma and pay some attention to your best moments of your life, which contain your life's wisdom and the puzzle pieces to your own personal destiny. Wishing you wonderful star moments of glory, enlightenment, and expansion on your life's path. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.